Šā gada 14. februārī Ramšteinas formāta sanāksmē Ukrainas atbalstam Latvijas un Lielbritānijas vadībā tika izveidota Dronu koalīcija. Šobrīd tajā darbojas 17 valstis, kuras apņēmušās nodrošināt Ukrainas pārākumu dronu jomā pār agresorvalsti Krieviju, tādējādi nodrošināt pēc iespējas ātrāku uzvaru karā. Koalīcijas ietvaros nepilnu gadu laikā izdevies izveidot gan elektroniskās kara darbības testēšanas infrastruktūru ar speciāli pielāgotu poligonu Latvijā, izveidot vienotu koalīcijas dronu iepirkumu sistēmu, kā arī saorganizēt vairākus sekmīgus nacionālo dalību valstu liela apmēra dronu iepirkumus. Paralēli koalīcija kalpo par pamatu rietumu dronu tehnoloģiju attīstībā un efektīvāko militāro tehnoloģiju izstrādē. Oktobra nogalē Rīgā notika pirmā dronu koalīcijas vadības komitejas sanāksme, kurā viesojās arī Ukrainas partneri. Ms. Anastasija Kapranova, advisor of the Deputy Minister of Defense of Digital Transformation and Digitalization of Ukraine. Welcome to the program.
Okay.
Today we're gathering here for the meeting of the steering committee of the Drone Coalition. If we speak about the Drone Coalition and Latvian and Great Britain effort in achieving of the victory of Ukraine, dealing with the drones especially, how you assess this contribution, how significant it is for Ukraine?
Thank you very much for welcoming here. It's a great honor also to visit your country, to be here with other member countries of the Drone Coalition. Indeed, we're having a very productive meeting these days. As for the Drone Coalition, yes, it's been very significant, and since February, since the launch of the Drone Coalition February this year, we've moved forward with the supply of many thousands of drones to the armed forces of Ukraine, which not only help to conduct military campaigns on the battlefield, but also to save the life of our military personnel and citizens of Ukraine as well. But at the same time, drone capability coalition became kind of an ecosystem in order to boost the drone industries of all member countries, in order to invest and bring closer the industry, meaning private sector, the public sector, and the end users, military personnel, all together. So to shorten the innovation cycle, consequently to bring the asymmetric advantage to the battlefield and help Ukraine to win the war.
Mm-hmm. How you assess the cooperation between the companies inside of those drone coalition? I know that Ukrainians have moved really forward in the development of these technologies. How you assess this cooperation, particularly maybe with the Latvian companies, and are there an interest among the Ukrainian companies to enlarge the cooperation with the Latvian partners, and especially with the Latvian drone producers?
Mm-hmm. Indeed, since the launch of the Drone Coalition, we've already tested different models of drones of 15 Latvian companies in Ukraine and provided them with the feedback in order to understand how the technology could itself be improved. I would say that for international companies, of course, it's because of the logistics and communication, it's a bit more complicated to communicate closer with different military units than for Ukrainian companies, because Ukrainian companies are 24/7 present not only in Ukraine, but also they visit the battlefield and military units with which they work closer, meaning that Ukrainian companies have the possibility to collect the immediate feedback of military personnel and then to improve already on the battlefield their drones and to launch it further. We are trying to provide the same opportunities for Latvian companies, but of course it takes more time and it's slightly more complicated, which means that we are also very open for Latvian companies to enter Ukrainian's market, to be present there, to invest in joint venture with Ukrainian companies, to invest in research and development. And I'm in touch with Ukrainian industry a lot, and there is big interest coming from Ukrainian companies. We do want to win the war. It's not only the meaning, the sense of the private sector, how to grow it from the inside. We do want to win the war, and for that we require the constant exchange of technologies, the constant investments, both from the Ukraine state budget, but also international budgets, international companies' input. So there is an interest, and we do welcome Latvian companies to cooperate with Ukrainian companies here in Ukraine as well.
Latvia already have made some shipment of the Latvian company made drones to Ukraine. Do you have already some kind of a feedback from the militaries? How do these drones perform in a battlefield? How good they are, or maybe I don't know how bad they are, and what should be improved in the technological, let's say, the side of this work?
So far, we've been working on two types of drones coming from Latvian manufacturers. It's FPV drones and ISR drones, which conduct surveillance. I would say that ISR drones Latvian ISR drones are very popular in Ukraine on the battlefield. There are particular military units who prefer to work with particular Latvian drones in this subdomain. As for FPV, we require them in very large quantities. So it's not about it's not only about like the innovation solutions and software established on FPV drones, but it's also about the possibility to mass produce them.
So capacity is the problem on our side, on your opinion?
On all the sides. Just to give you one example, every night Russia launches a strike to Ukraine with 100 Iranian drones, Shaheds. So in order for Ukrainian military to defend the air, to provide air defense, we have to have countermeasures in the sky, and in order to hit one Shahed, we require around 3 drones coming from Ukrainian military, right? So it means that for one night, just to counter an attack, we need 300 FPV drones in order to strike Russian, Iranian deep strike drones. It's only one night. And then if we take into account 365 days a year, meaning that we require around 90,000 FPV drones. And we are not talking about counter campaign, right? We are talking about just protecting the sky during the night. And it's just one basic example, but of course there are different more subdomains like on the battlefield, etc. FPV drones are a consumable drone, so basically it's the nature of its drone is to fly one ride. So this means that there are never enough. And while we are trying to enhance FPV technologies and the capacity of FPV in terms of the range, but we're also trying to secure the mass production of it. So the more the better. There is never enough FPV drones.
How do you see the development of the drone coalition? I mean, right now the main idea is to supply Ukraine with drones, with the money, with the drone technologies, with EW countermeasures as much as possible. But how do you see the future of this format of cooperation? How can it develop?
I think the work that we've done so far allowed us to see the picture from the helicopter view, and I would divide the work of the drone coalition for 2 tracks and 2 preliminary goals of the drone coalition. First, it is to supply the drones to Ukraine in order to meet the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine as of today. As I mentioned, there are huge needs of that, and for this goal we already discovered a couple of instruments that are working efficiently. It's either done through bilateral cooperation when a partner country like Latvia, for example, supplies Latvian FPV drones to the battlefield of Ukraine, or it also could be done through the financing Ukrainian manufactured drones. Ukraine has a huge interest in that, and it's not only the question of supporting our industry. As I said, Ukrainian companies have this privilege to be very close to the battlefield, so this is why it helps them to shorten innovation cycle and develop even more cutting-edge technologies. So this is why in some particular drones we are very much interested to welcome our partner countries to finance Ukrainian manufactured drones. But this is when it comes to the operational level of the drone coalition and when it comes to the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine as of today. On the strategic level, of course, we aim to reach the asymmetric advantage on the battlefield in the long-term perspective, which means that we, UDCG countries, have to unite and have to invest majorly into the drone industries in order to provide the innovation solutions to the challenges of today, but also of tomorrow.
We speak here about the R&D capabilities.
Exactly, but also, and we've, thanks to our UK partners, thanks to Latvia as well, and other members of the drone coalition, we discovered this mechanism. We call it, we conduct series of competitions which allow us to launch a tender each of 3 months and to invite industries of UDCG countries in order to participate in the competition. And the competitions are designed the way, so they work like an incubator, innovation incubator. It brings different companies together, it exchanges technologies and information, it allows us to test them and to communicate them, establishing also a bridge between the private and public sectors. Coming back to your question, I feel that this is the right track and we just have to move forward with this and to contribute more and to be again focused both on the needs of today and to provide this mass production of different types of drones, as well as to secure how we all focus and develop innovation further.
Unfortunately, the war in Ukraine showed us that new technologies are emerging, and how could you characterize how the drone warfare have changed through these nearly 3 years with the war with Russia in Ukraine? At the beginning of the war, we all knew that Ukrainians have the Bayraktar drones, but now we don't hear anything about those drones. So what have changed?
Indeed, many things have changed, and at the beginning of the full-scale invasion, there were like up to 15 drone companies, drone manufacturers in Ukraine only. And thanks to the project of the Ministry of Digital Transformation at the time, Army of Drones, which was also led by the current Deputy Minister of Defense, Katerina Chernyhorenko, it was the way how to boost majorly the drone industry of Ukraine. As of now, we have already over 500 manufacturers in 2.5 years, so it's a significant influx. As for the technologies as well, yes, the times when Ukrainians started screwing munition on the drones with which a couple of days ago we used to just fly over the sky and film the landscape, it sounded crazy at the times, but as of today there are so many not only hardware on the platform of the drones but also software. Indeed it changed significantly. We see the impact also of the electronic warfare, which remains as a major challenge for the drones technologies as of today. But when we talk about the future, there are also many more possibilities to discover. We now try to implement different artificial intelligence technologies on drones, and also to provide the possibility when drones on different domains, either aerial, maritime, ground domain, could be wired all together and to execute same campaigns on different domains with very small impact of operators. So artificial intelligence software is already providing a lot of benefits for such campaigns. And yeah, for this, we hope that this technology will be even developed further.
What is much more needed right now for the Ukraine? I mean, is still drone technologies, the reconnaissance drones, the strike drones, or now you see that there's also a place that is needed like a EW countermeasures?
Yeah, right. Honestly, difficult to protest. We need everything. As I said,
And in a large scale.
In a large scale, as I said, drones are consumers, so it's never enough. But indeed, ISR drones for surveillance and intelligence, and as well as deep strike drones, long-range drones, are the main priority for Ukraine as for now, as well as the counter drones to electronic warfare. But coming back to FPV drones, it's not that we can reach any number of drones and we say that we can cover the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine. There is no such number. As we calculated that there are needed around 8 billion euro in order to secure the needs of Ukraine in format of drones as of now, but this number is constantly growing as the war continues to develop. So yeah, the main thing is to ensure that the drones that are supplied to Ukraine are efficient drones, and we can, as I said, produce them on large scale.
How interested is Ukraine to share its technologies and its knowledges with allied countries like maybe Latvia, Great Britain? I know that you have we are interested all around this part of the Europe, for example, in getting some kind of technologies of the sea drones, for example. That's just one example, but how ready is Ukraine to disclose also some kind of its secrets or know-how technologies for other countries?
Mm-hmm. Of course, we are open to exchange information and our technologies and the information that we are gathering, the feedback that we are gathering from the military units with our international partners, with our allies. But obviously, because of the security measures, to some extent, when we are talking about some specific and classified technologies, in order not to disclose this information in front of the enemy, we obviously prefer to keep it discreet. At the same time, we value the partnership and support of our allies, and we are trying to build also win-win cooperation, meaning that as far as our allies and partner countries are interested not only to execute the information out of Ukraine, but also contribute with their technologies, with investments, with R&D, as I said, also joint ventures. I think Ukrainian industry would be also more than open to exchange the information and to provide the testing results and to provide the developments in this industry.
Ms. Anastasia Kapranova, advisor of the Deputy Minister of Defense of the Digital Transformation and the Digitalization of the Ukraine. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.